Hi everybody, it's Colton from Life Talk. I have a very important topic for you guys today, so don't click away. And I just started this channel, so if you could please like and subscribe, that would be friggin' awesome. But today I want to talk about water, and we're all made of water. Actually, we're all 60% water, so we're mostly made of water. And I want to talk about this experiment. The guy's name is Dr. Emote. That's Dremote. And I want to talk about this guy's experiment because it is absolutely fucking fascinating to me. And basically what the experiment is he took jars of water, just regular water, and he wanted to see how words, thoughts, and prayers affected the water. And essentially he taped words like love on a jar of water and then froze it to examine the crystals of the water. So he wrote love, happiness, thank you, peace, love and appreciation. He wrote all of these things on these jars of water, okay? And then he froze them to a certain temperature and watched how the crystals formed, basically, and then took a picture of the examined crystals. Now, what's so crazy about this story to me is after that, he decided, and I will show you some of these crystals, what they turned out to, but he decided to write hate and I will kill you and demon onto different jars and froze those and watched how those crystals appeared. Now what's crazy, and I want to talk about this more, first I'm going to show you what this guy Dr. Emoji put, and I want you to check it out. So bear with me, I got my other phone here, but here are some of the crystals that he put. This is the word love that he taped on there. And that's the love crystal. Thank you. That's what appeared after thank you. Here's love and appreciation. Happiness. Sorry if it's backwards, guys. Apologize. Truth. And then there was a prayer offering done by a priest for this one. This one was I will kill you. And I don't know if you noticed, this one's I will kill you. Now look at that. That's what formed. When he writes negative comments like I will kill you, this forms. So it basically doesn't crystallize at all. It basically just turns into a big pile of muck. And I found this absolutely fascinating because if you looked at the love and the happiness ones, they're beautiful crystals. They're all unique. And he didn't just tape these words on water. These were some small examples. He wrote demon and it turned out similar to that. And just I will kill you, I hate you, and it always turns into these blobs. But yet when he writes the words love, appreciation, truth, this is truth again. I mean, look at how beautiful, look at how beautiful this is. Like, that's the truth crystal. Now, it's just crazy to me. And he also did some other ones. He had one where a child was exposed to the water and it turned into a beautiful crystal, because obviously children are pure and innocent. But it just fascinated me that some of the crystals, some of the jars where he put demon, and he even did some experiments where he told the water jar. He didn't write anything on it. He just told the water jar every day, I fucking hate you. I hate you. And he put his emotion into that. And after so many days, he froze that, and it always turns into a muck of blob nothing. But yet, when he says, I love you, and writes, I love you on the jar, it turns into this beautiful, unique crystal after it freezes, and it just blows my mind how this works. I mean, you think about that, you just think for a second, 60% of our body is water. So the question you have to ask yourself is, if my thoughts can do that to water, Think about how you're thinking. Think about your frame of mind. If I wake up every day and I say, fucking, I hate myself, I'm a piece of shit, I'm gonna die, I don't like anybody, I hate everybody, just think about that. Think about how your intentions are affecting water, i.e. your body. Because when you wake up every morning with a negative outlook on life, and you think the world is cancer and we're just all crappy, we're destined to die, there's no reason for life, well, guess what? Your mind views matter, and you need to take that into consideration. If you think the world is cancerous and we're just cancerous human beings just eating up this world, and you firmly believe that, it will project that into your body, and you'll probably end up getting cancer. I've actually heard a story about a guy that had an NDE. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he actually viewed the world as so negative, and he thought that we were all cancer, a cancerous being that sucks the life out of the earth. And guess what? The guy developed cancer, terminal cancer, and died and had an NDE, but that's for another discussion. It was an amazing story, by the way. I'll pin it to the comments if I can find it. Just an amazing, amazing story. But the point I'm trying to get here is the way you look at reality shapes reality. People don't seem to understand this. When we're taught as kids, we're taught in schools that, we were born into this reality, and if we're not a part of, if we die tomorrow, or, if we weren't here to experience this reality, they teach us that this reality would still exist. They teach us that basically this reality is firm, set, in stone. This reality is here. That's what they teach us as little kids, and that we're just visiting. But this reality is going to be here no matter what. But what we're starting to find, and what scientists are actually starting to prove, is that without the observation, reality can't exist. That's why people think of the simulation theories and such. It's because I don't know if you've heard that a guy did the double slit experiment with subatomic particles, but what scientists have found out is that when you're not observing the particles, they technically don't exist, and they are in more than one place at once. Okay, so science is actually starting to prove this, that without us, without you, me, and everybody to sit around and observe this reality would not exist, which kind of is a brain blower right there, because it's like, well, what came first, the chicken or the egg? How does reality not exist if, I'm not here to witness it? How was I born into reality? And, it's crazy, and I couldn't tell you the answer to that because I don't know. But I do know that a lot of scientists have been doing a lot of experiments and proving some pretty crazy things. And it just blows my mind. And just think about that. If your thoughts alone can do that to water, if your thoughts can do that much damage or make water that beautiful, if your thoughts can do that, what can your thoughts do to your body? How can your negative thoughts affect your reality? How can your negative thoughts affect, or positive? If you have positive, if you wake up every day positive and say, today is going to be a great day, you're going to have a great day. I've noticed as well, when I wake up and something goes wrong, I spill my coffee in the morning, whatever. If I sit there and freak out about that and say, what, I spilled my coffee everywhere, today is going to be a freaking horrible day. Well, guess what? Every time I say that, it is. And something else happens, and that day just spirals out of control, and it ends up being an absolute horrible friggin' day. But when I wake up and I spill my coffee and I say to myself, oh, I spilled my coffee, no big deal, I'll clean it up, I'm still going to have an awesome day, it doesn't matter, every day's a good day for me. Well, guess what? Then you're going to have an awesome day. And that coffee's really going to be irrelevant, and it's not even going to matter to you. It's kind of like when you buy a car for the first time. Have you ever noticed when you buy a car you get that brand new car you always wanted from the dealership, whatever, that Ford or whatever, Chevy it may be, whatever. You get that new car, And after you buy that car, you realize you see your car over and over and over. Say you buy a Ford Focus that you always wanted. Now, after you buy that car, every single day you're like, oh, there's a Ford Focus. Oh, there's a Ford Focus. Oh, there's a Ford Focus. And you start to see all these Ford Focuses because you bought that car, and now that car is in your reality. So now it's sticking out to you, and you see all the Ford Focuses. But you'd never seen a Ford Focus before. You know, it's kind of the same thing, and your reality really dictates how you look at reality, and how you view this life dictates a lot more than what, you know, people want to give us credit for. You know, without us, reality doesn't exist, and reality couldn't exist, you know. And I'm going to delve into some of this in my later videos, but I'm just scratching the surface with this. Other dimensions and such, and you know, technically they're starting to say, scientists are starting to say that if you can't observe, if no life is there to observe something, it technically doesn't even exist. Like a video game, like Grand Theft Auto. So, you know, if you're at one part of Grand Theft Auto, what you're looking at and you're watching cars go by, you think that's going on in other parts of the game, but really it's not. It couldn't. It's only when you view that part of the game with your character that you know that things are going on. That's kind of how they're tipping it towards life.